Hey everyone! You know, when we talk about Snow White, it instantly takes us back to our childhoods. That beautiful, magical Disney world where everything felt so dreamy, so perfect. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was one of the very first Disney princess movies ever made. And let's be honest, it had everything a beautiful princess, a wicked queen, an iconic poisoned apple, and the most adorable dwarfs we could ever imagine. It was the kind of story that made us believe in fairy tales, in romance, in happily ever afters. But, my friends, Disney has just destroyed Snow White. I mean, they have butchered it. This new live-action Snow White movie is probably one of the worst remakes Disney has ever made. And that's saying a lot considering their recent track record. So, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why this movie is such a disaster. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Before we get into Snow White, let's talk about Disney's obsession with live-action remakes. Back in the day, Disney was all about storytelling, about creating dreams. But now it's all about money. They just take our beloved classics, strip them of their magic, and throw in some CGI, hoping we'll blindly accept it. The Lion King 2019, a lifeless copy-paste of the original. Aladdin? Mediocre at best. The Little Mermaid? Let's not even go there. And now, they've done it again, this time with Snow White. And let me tell you, it's even worse than you can imagine. Snow White looks completely wrong. First of all, let's talk about Snow White herself. Now, this is not about the actress or how she looks personally. But let's be honest, when we hear Snow White, we instantly think of a certain image: porcelain skin, jet black hair, ruby red lips, and an ethereal beauty that makes her look like she stepped out of a fairy tale. That's what Snow White is supposed to be. But in this movie, something just feels off. The hair looks weird, like someone cut it too short by accident. The dress? It looks more like a cheap Halloween costume than a royal princess gown. The entire aura of Snow White, the elegance, the grace, it's all missing. And don't even get me started on the makeup choices. She doesn't even have that classic Snow White look. Instead of looking like a fairy tale princess, she looks like a random girl cosplaying Snow White for a school play. Now moving on to the graphics. Listen, we live in a time where CGI is at its peak. Even fan-made AI trailers look more magical than this movie. So tell me, how did Disney, a company worth billions, manage to make a movie that looks this bad? Everything about the visuals just feels cheap. The backgrounds don't feel like a magical kingdom, they look fake, lifeless, and uninspired. The lighting is off. The cinematography is bland. Where is the warm fairy tale glow that made the animated movie so visually stunning? Gone. Completely gone. The Seven Dwarfs? Where are they? Okay, now let's talk about one of the biggest disasters of this movie, the Seven Dwarfs. Oh wait, there are no dwarfs. Yeah, you heard me right. Disney actually removed the classic, lovable, hilarious dwarfs and replaced them with, I don't even know what these are. Instead of dopey, grumpy, bashful, and the rest, we get a weird mix of random human characters who don't have the same charm, the same personality, or the same connection with Snow White. And you know what makes this even worse? They didn't even do it for a good reason. The Seven Dwarfs were an essential part of the original story. They weren't just comic relief, they were Snow White's family. They protected her, cared for her, and helped her escape the evil queen. Removing them takes away a huge emotional element of the story. And for what? To be modern? Sorry, but this isn't Snow White without the dwarfs. Now, here's where things get really funny. The evil queen is supposed to be so jealous of Snow White's beauty that she literally wants to kill her. That's the whole plot of the movie. But here's the problem. Gal Gadot is playing the evil queen. Yes, Gal Gadot, of the most stunning women on the planet. And we're supposed to believe that she is jealous of Snow White? Make it make sense, Disney. If anything, the magic mirror should be saying, "Evil queen, you are still the fairest of them all." The complete lack of magic. This movie doesn't just fail visually, it completely lacks the magic that made the original Snow White so special. The original had songs that stayed in our hearts forever. It had moments that made us cry, laugh, and believe in fairy tales. But this remake? It's empty. It's soulless. It's just another cash grab disguised as a movie. A better alternative? Watch Mirror Mirror. If you really want a good live-action Snow White movie, do yourself a favor, watch Mirror Mirror instead. Lily Collins actually looks like Snow White. The costumes are breathtaking. The story still feels like a fairy tale. It may not be perfect, but it's 100 times better than whatever this was. So, what do you guys think? Did you watch this new Snow White remake? Were you as disappointed as I was? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this rant, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In my next video, I'll be diving deep into the Disney Princess Family tree. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. See you in the next one!